Hi, John Fisher here. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. So this is flute lesson number 3. Like I promised, we're gonna check out jamming to a track that you find on YouTube. So I went to YouTube and I just typed in jam in E minor and just to see what came up, and lots of stuff came up. And so go ahead and pick through something. This is My Darn Jam Tracks. Just a shout out to the guy that did this. My Darn Jam Tracks, hard rock ballad backing track jam in E minor is what it's called. So you've got the pentatonic scale, we went over that, so it's in E, so you can use this, you can use the D, so your thumb is on the back here, and the fingers are down like this. So D, E, G, A, and B. D, E, when you go to the E, the baby finger comes back down. D, E, G, A, B, pentatonic scale. And we were gonna do some jamming on that. This is just improvising. You're just making things up. You kind of listen to some of the licks, maybe some of the progression of the track, and try to pick things up for yourself. So you're just beginning. This is going to help you try to play in tune. If you're too sharp or too flat, you can adjust the head of the flute, and of course most of it's adjusting your embouchure, and once you get a clearer sound, you'll have a more in tune sound. So it all takes time, but just have fun playing your flute. That's the main thing. That's why I like jamming to tracks, because it gives you the feeling that you're with your buddies and you're playing music with a band and that sort of thing, and you got the rhythm there, and it's inspiring. I mean, sure, if you like playing on your own and coming up with things, that's great too. Or if you want to learn the flute by reading music and learning your scales and classical music or whatever kind of music, learning to read music, that's a great way to go too. So this approach is just putting on some tracks and trying to jam along. Okay, here we go. Try to find those notes. So you only got 5 notes, so you can play through those 5 notes and try to get your tuning. Yeah, so you try playing all the 5 notes, and then just maybe trying some rhythm ideas. So I'm tonguing a little bit there, but with tonguing you get your breath going, and you keep the stream steady, but your tongue just interrupts the stream. So the breath, you can keep the breath going, you keep feeling the breath, as opposed to stopping the breath. Like, now you can do that too, obviously. So you can do it like that, or you keep the stream going and have your tongue interrupt the stream. All right, so that's just some ideas, and just have fun with it. So there's lots of different rhythms, tempos, styles of music. Just type in jam in E minor. Like I said, the pentatonic scale, it'll suit, you can definitely play in the key of G, E minor. If you're playing in the key of A minor, it'll work as well, but you're missing a few notes. And once you get the second octave going, it'll be better in A minor, and same with A blues and that sort of thing. E blues in the key of E, this would be the blues scale, E, G, A, B, and then the D back to E. So that could be the blues scale as well, in the key of E. Some other notes that you'll want to get going on right away is, like, we're playing the low is D, then the next D, the next octave D, and the next octave E would be fun to add. So that you're going E, that's E, then G, A, B, and then if you go up the octave D, so we have the low octave D, but now the high octave D, and then an octave above, the E octave above, the low E. So your embouchure is changing, the breath is getting narrower, the stream tighter, your jaw is moving to get off the octave. So you can practice that. Try to go from the low E to the higher, to the octave above, and work on that. And then once you get that, then you have more scope to have fun with when you're jamming. And you get more of those licks going that you always hear. So and then we'll go off into the higher, into the third octave, maybe the next lesson, and really open things up. So then once we get more notes, and still working with those 5 notes, the pentatonic scale, we're staying with E, G, A, B, D, E, G, A, B, and then you can get to your higher octave. But we're just helping the beginners get going, so we'll keep it simple for now, just keeping the few notes going. So have fun, jam along, and listen carefully to your tone and to your tuning. Go over the fingering. We've got the low D with the first, second, and third finger down, and then as soon as you go to the E, your baby finger comes down and your ring finger comes up. And this is on the right hand. Then you got G with just the baby finger of the right hand. A, B. Now for the pentatonic scale, so that's E, G, A, B. And then you've got the high D. Now when you go to the high D, or well, the middle D, there's the low D, and then the middle D, and then there's actually the highest or the high D. So the middle D is the baby fingers up, but so is the index finger, your first finger of your left hand. Okay, so that comes up, and that's the middle D. But then when you go back to the middle E, it's the same as your low E. So the D is different, low D, middle D, low E, and high E, and middle E is the same. And then high E is where it's different again. That's the high E, but we're not there yet. If you're just a beginner flute player, you can give it a try, but it might be a little difficult. Okay, so that opens things up, and then when you go to the middle G, A, and B, it's the same fingering as the low G and A and B. So that gives you quite a few notes. That's opens up quite a bit. You got low D, low E, G, A, B, middle D, middle E, G, middle G, A, and B. So that opens up things quite a bit. Then the high D is quite different than the other two, and the high E is quite different. So we'll leave that for another lesson. All right, so. Try those notes for your jamming that's the pentatonic scale, jamming in E minor. Okay, take care, all the best. Enjoyed the video, make sure you share it and subscribe, that'd be awesome, and check out my Patreon page, and all the best. All right, take care.